Yo, what is going on YouTube, man? It has been a while, but we are back with the horror movies. We're back with our Scratch It poster. We are here to talk about the 2019 American slasher film written and directed by Scott Beck and Brian Woods. We have Haunt. It was produced by Eli Roth as well. The writers of A Quiet Place, you can see it on the poster, is some pretty dope people thrown together for this film. It also stars Katie Stevens, Will Brittain, and Laurie McLean. So it's got some really good cast members. It's got a really good just squad together for this movie. So we're going to talk about it, like everything that happened. We're going to go through the entire plot, and then we're going to give like a quick review, and that's going to do it. So yeah. So this story takes place on Halloween night in Carbondale, Illinois, which is super close to me and everyone here because we're a part of SIUE and they're SIUEC. So it's a really cool movie. It's very special, very sentimental movie given the setting. Not that it really plays on that area that much, but yeah. It takes place in Carbondale, Illinois. Roommates Harper and Bailey attend a party together where they meet with their friends Angela and Mallory, the typical Halloween night, go to a college party. It's obviously not like that where I'm at, really, but the group befriends two guys, Nathan and Evan, at a local bar. You guys know how that goes. It's typical college banter, it's just what happens on Halloween. So throughout the night, Harper suspects she's being stalked by a man in a devil mask who turns out to be the guy with the red mask over here. We'll get to that, when they get to the haunted house. There's still a lot of things that need to unfold, right? The group encounters a haunted house attraction, and they're like, oh, let's go to it, just part of the festivities. It's what you do on Halloween. So before they enter, they have to surrender their cell phones and sign liability waivers, which makes sense. That's a typical haunted house. Everything seems kind of normal. The place does look kind of shady, but maybe that's the perfect place for a haunted house. So everything seems normal at this point. So the group becomes separated after entering a maze. Bailey, Nathan, and Angela encounter a series of armholes. Again, still normal stuff in a haunted house. This is going to happen. As Bailey sticks her arm inside, it is slashed with a straight razor. So now it's like, okay, what the hell is going on? She also accidentally loses Harper's mom's ring, which she was wearing, and it was super important to her. It was a gift, a friendship, kind of. So Harper and Evan lose Mallory. They have no clue where she went. So they meet back up with the others and witness a performer in a witch mask impale Mallory through the head with a hot fire poker. Instead of so at the beginning when they were in the haunted house, this performer kind of probed the person with the hot fire poker thing. But now their friend gets stabbed, and now it's like, okay, these people are probably out to kill us, so we gotta find a way out. Things are looking very deceiving around here. So now, believing they are in danger, the group sends Nathan to find an exit. So he encounters a man in a ghost mask whose name is Mitch, who agrees to help. And some of these characters want to act like, oh, I'm not a part of the act. Oh, I don't know why the hell these guys are killing people. This guy seems trustworthy at first, but it's super deceiving. So Devil Mask kills Angela, the guy in the red mask. So this sets up to be like a normal horror film, and I've covered many horror films like this on the channel before, where as the film goes on, people start to get killed. It happens, obviously. And Bailey flees into the tunnels and accidentally activates the trapdoor because Nathan's in there as well, dropping Nathan into the house's operation room. So now he's pretty much trapped. Now he's right where they want him, pretty much. So he saves Harper from Devil Mask before finding the group's phones. Evan and Mitch take it outside, but Mitch kills him with a hammer before ripping off his face, and that was quite disturbing. Obviously, there's a couple gory parts of the film. It's a pretty normal horror movie. Nothing crazy about that. Sorry, I have a cough. I'm still a little nasally. It takes me a while to recover from these things. I've had them on the channel before, but... So, Nathan manages to give the location of the house to Harper's abusive boyfriend, Sam, which is quite ironic because at the beginning of the film, everyone's trying to tell her, break up with him. He's super toxic and all this stuff. But right now, they're trying to ask him to save them, which is a super confusing thing, obviously, for this guy, right? Why would you set him up like this? So, yeah. before making it out of the house, he contacts Sam there, and then Harper enters an escape room very similar to her childhood bedroom, where she witnessed her father abuse her mother. Maybe these monsters know a little too much about these clowns or whatever know a little too much about her childhood and her past, and obviously Mallory was scared of spiders and they threw spiders at her and like stuff like that happened, I guess. So Devil Mask attacks her and she kills him. She's kind of like the final girl, obviously. She's like the badass that everyone like reveres in the film. That's kind of what her character's setting up to be. Hold on one second. So she then encounters another performer in a skull mask and kills them too, but is horrified to find that the person in the costume was Bailey, who was previously captured by the other performer. So there's a whole little plot twist there where she accidentally kills her friend. Obviously, like a super sad thing, but she thought it was a monster, and they did this to trick her, obviously. At first, you'd think this is kind of like the overlord of like this whole haunted house thing. It's a very sick fantasy, obviously. So, what else happens? So, Sam arrives at the house where he is promptly killed by the attraction's ringleader, a man in a clown mask. The guy in the middle is like the ringleader. He's the main person. He gets killed literally right away, like before he can even look for these people and Bailey and all them, which is kind of fucked up, really. But yeah, Nathan goes back inside to save the others, but is attacked by Mitch, while Harper is attacked by a man in a zombie mask. So there's just more and more performers than they even expected. Like, all these people are just attacking them now. So she defeats her attacker before helping Nathan kill Mitch. They encounter a man in a vampire mask who explains that the performers are part of a cult that makes extreme modifications to their faces to look like real monsters and like to rip the faces off their victims to steal them back almost. And that was kind of like the inspiration behind what Mitch did to Evan. So, yeah, obviously super interesting origin story. They don't really touch on it that well in the film. A prequel would have been kind of cool. A prequel to a lot of movies would be cool, though, I guess. So, it is what it is. Yeah, that's why when the devil guy takes off his mask, he has like piercings and all sorts of weird tattoos and stuff. And Mitch looked like a literal like weird ass looking thing. I don't know. So he is shot to death by Zombie Mask. So Harper and Nathan escape the house. Wait a second. Sorry. The guy that was like trying to save them or whatever was shot very quickly, so that we lost hope in any saving for these people. They have to save themselves. So Harper and Nathan escape the house, killing Witch Mask in the process, which is the person in the blue that was kind of like towards the beginning of the haunted house. So Zombie Mask attacks them, but Nathan kills them before the two escape in Sam's truck. So now, I mean, Sam did like ironically save them with his truck. So Clown Mask proceeds to burn down the attraction. I don't know why he did that. It was kind of weird. But Harper and Nathan reach a hospital where the nurse asks Harper to write her address on a release form similar to the one they were asked to sign before entering the house. So this is very like traumatic theme, like a trauma-themed movie, and I think that's kind of an interesting element of it. So sometime later, Clown Mask arrives at Harper's house with the intent of killing her, but becomes stuck in a trap by Harper, who emerges with a shotgun and shoots him. Yeah, the end. So yeah, it's a little interesting. There's not really much to say about this film. We can just get into the review real quick and then call it a video. So kind of getting into my review of it, it's okay. It's solid. It's a haunt is spooked by the spirits of its obvious influences, but still packs enough thrills and chills to satisfy horror fans up for a haunted house excursion. Like, when you hear of haunted house horror, like, this is like literal haunted house horror. Like, an actual haunted house with people that are super deceiving and want to kill you. And I think that's kind of interesting. I don't know if I've really seen that executed in a movie before. It's okay. This is a pretty solid movie. It's a really good Halloween movie. Like, if it's the Halloween season for you, and if someone turned this on during a Halloween party or something, I wouldn't really mind. I think it's pretty solid. It's got the actors and actresses, it's got the producers, it's got the directors and the writers to be a successful and good movie. Now, I'm not really sure how it did in box offices. I don't really pay attention to the numbers because who cares? It's a movie. enjoy it or not. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. It's not like one of my favorite horror movies in the entire world. Like, I'm not here to say that, but it's definitely cool. Um, Something you can easily get into. I mean, it's not like, oh, this is super boring. Like, when's the fun start? It's fun throughout. Like, there's not really any dull moments. It's pretty cool. It's kind of scary at times too, so that's a plus. But anyway, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Very unique film we have here. I'm pretty happy I watched it. Would I watch it again? Maybe once or twice. Yeah, it's nice and simple. It's an hour and a half too, so that's super nice for a concise movie. Gotta love those every now and then. But yeah, have a good rest of your guys' day. Obviously, later tonight, if there's any good NBA games that happened, we are going to talk about them on the channel. Yeet is dropping an album reaction edited, coming out tomorrow. So stay tuned.